What is up, all of you Ugnots and Jawas out there? I believe we're live, baby. And guess what? This go around, we have hit our goal, Zach.
Let's go.
500 subs has been accomplished. We are actually now sitting at 501. You can kind of see a little whiteboard counter back there in the background. Let's get that thing up to 700 now, baby. Figured that'd be a good number. We just need 200 more peeps, man. Zach, what's up? What's up? How's it going?
What's up? Yeah, no, I'm glad you started that way. I mean, get the vibes high right off the get. It's a huge, I mean, dude, it's huge. Just, I mean, we kind of discussed it off air, but like 500 people, you know?
It's pretty wild. Yeah, because you see like on YouTube, like
you got the
iffy
you got
number.
the Good Mythical Morning, and they have like 20 million subscribers.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, yeah, that's crazy. But shoot, as we've discussed, like 500 people in a room, dude,
that's wild.
That's a lot of people. So thank you all so much. I say thank you. I'm just a small part of this. This is all Kelly.
No, we're all part of a machine over here, baby. Everybody involved, and that includes people that listen, people that watch, people 100%. That throw things into the comments, throw the likes, the chats, the likes on social medias, which, by the way, speaking of, man, Zach, I was pretty thrilled with my 500 subscribers photo that I made with the whole Mandalorian and the 500 back in the background. So I'll plug that already. Social medias, Twitter and Instagram, baby. Both of those. I'm kind of having fun on Instagram, honestly. Twitter's been a lot, man. Twitter's a lot with just Star Wars in general. Instagram's kind of like a little refresher. It's a nice little breath of air, if you will.
It's a little quiet, right? You just, you know, you're looking at images. You're not.
It's like you're chilling with the people that really ride with you almost. And I really want the people that ride with us to hop over there on Instagram. So at Mando Talk, baby. Not with the baby, just at Mando Talk.
We gotta clear that up.
We can line that up. I mean, I can throw in the baby if we really want it. Man, okay, so Star Wars, man. I know right now, let's be real. Everybody's talking House of the Dragon. We're talking Star Wars. We're talking Star Wars. Maybe if we have time later at the end of this stream, maybe we should talk House of the Dragon just for fun. Because we haven't really talked about it a lot, but this is Mando talk. This is Mando Late Night. So let's
Yeah.
talk about Star Wars. We have Skeleton Crew dropping some bombs. We got even Bryce Dallas Howard dropping some bombs. And we've got, what was the last thing? D23, our main topic. Our main topic. D23 is coming up this weekend. Of course, that's the fan expo that Disney kind of puts on to get everybody hyped up for what they've got coming. And we're going to have some predictions, some hot takes, if you will. And I can't wait to share those hot takes. But let's get started with looking at these Skeleton Crew images. We got our first looks at these images. And Zach, you're probably going to be able to see these on the live stream as you're kind of watching over there on your end as we kind of talk about them. But I want to first talk about probably the one that we have all seen at this point, and that is the one of Jude Law with the young characters just kind of silhouetted in the background. It seems like we've got those little security ball droids that are at a door, kind of zooming in on Jude Law's character, questioning him, what's he doing here, those kind of vibes. I'm really, this isn't really one to heavily dissect because it's been out there so long, but I'm really liking the look of this image. I'm liking the look of the character of Jude Law. I completely blanked on writing down the character's name, but I did cover it in a short, so maybe I can get that pulled up here in a second whenever you're talking about this first image here, Zach. But yeah, really vibing with it. That is one thing as far as like other promo images, like Jude Law's been like a little mysterious. You remember that like leaked poster that came out? We didn't really get to see him much, but we got obviously this really up and close and personal look. And rumor has it that he's a Jedi, but we have yet to confirm that rumor. Zach, what do you think of this image?
I mean, I really like the vibes of it for sure. It feels Star Warsy enough. Obviously, it's one image and whatnot, but just the little droids in there, whatever they're doing for him. I like the look of the kids in the background. We'll get into this with other pictures, but I like that they have like the one weird elephant looking kid. I love that.
Oh, yeah. The Max Rebo.
Star Warsy.
The Max Rebo character. Yeah, we'll have some better shots at that guy coming up for sure.
I just saw him over in the corner there. Made me like think
it's
about
hard
him.
not to.
Yeah, no, I like the vibes here. I think, I don't know. I might be taking a lot from this one image here, but I think Jude Law is going to be like a legit good dude Jedi from this.
Really?
That's the vibes I get. Off just the whole marketing and the pictures they've chosen to show and kind of the vibes here. I feel like he's going to be a good dude. I don't know. What do you think?
I really hope that's the case. I hope he's all good guy. I've kind of shared this take, I think, on the podcast a few weeks back whenever we were doing the Acolyte. I really need Skeleton Crew to just kind of be like a cleansing, happy vibes, happy life Star Wars kind of thing. And I think this image of Jude Law is kind of exposing those vibes. So I'm really hoping for it. So on the side, I did a little side quest there as you were talking, Zach. I forgot the dude's name. His character's name is Jod Na Naywood. Jodna. I guess in the Na part is like a middle name or who knows, whatever. And then Naywood. He's got like the hiding out Jedi look for sure, and I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
And this is set in Mandoverse, correct?
Correct. It should tie in somehow.
All right, so I don't need a tie. Like I don't need Mando to like walk by in the back corner personally.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't need it.
He's in my back corner.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, that'd be cool if there's a point. It's just like this seems like it's a perfect catalyst, a perfect bucket to just be a fun Star Wars adventure.
I feel that a lot, actually.
I'm not trying to like hype this up too much. That's not a hype. That's just what I've read off of what I've seen, which is like, I just like the overall vibes here, man. I hope it's a little more kiddie. I hope it's a little bit more fun. And I don't need it to be tied in that. So the reason I asked the timing is like, what are the Jedi doing here? So the Jedi are, if you survive now, you're good now.
Right? Sure. Yeah.
So obviously they probably don't swing the lightsaber out everywhere, but
Yeah, I'd imagine
it'll
that
be
if this
fun
guy's a
to.
Jedi, it would be a very subtle and not frequent use of that lightsaber.
Well, what I'm thinking is like it'll be fun to see a Jedi that isn't Ahsoka or isn't Luke, like just a Jedi who he's made it through. He
Mm,
survived Order 66, hopefully, right? And I don't
sure.
know if he'd be old enough to do that, but
It
I
looks like
digress.
it.
We'll say that he did. And the Empire is they've 2 Death Stars down. We're doing good. We're doing good. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's theories out there of like this Jod Non Naywood name is just a cover up, and maybe it's a character that we've actually seen before somehow canonically back in Order 66. But I'm not looking for that kind of stuff. And I know, Zach, I can already
don't do
tell based on your
it.
expression, you're not
just
looking for
just
that either.
just give me a good story. I don't need
Yeah.
it. I don't need it. I
Yeah.
don't
All right. Let's take a look at the second image then. In this image, we've got 2 young characters. One of those is that Max Rebo species, kind of on like their little speeder bikes. And I love, if you'll notice, really on both of them, they have those little handlebar. I don't know what you call them, but the things that come out of your handlebars as a little kid, like the little pom pom looking things. What are those called?
I have no idea. I don't
You know
know.
what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah, they're the little like where you go through the wind and they go.
Streamers. Is that what
Yeah,
they're?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Streamer.
yeah.
Streamer,
Well,
sure.
they've got them on both of those speeder bikes. Which people temper expectations. This is a massive read of what this show is intended for. I hope, and this needs to be a mental check for me and everybody in the fan base. I hope we go into this Skeleton Crew recognizing that this is 1000% kid friendly and it's not for mid 20 to 50-year-old dudes online complaining about every little thing.
Correct. That is completely. This is for the kids that are a little bit older than that like Jedi Star Wars show on Disney Plus. Like that's who we're going for here. You know what I mean?
I would say
Like,
it's just targeting like 7-year-olds and higher,
yeah,
honestly.
that's what I mean. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
maybe you're not watching the animated stuff as much, but you're still not 30-year-old dudes. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
you didn't grow up. All right, so here's my pitch on Skeleton Crew. Give us
Okay.
a fun kid adventure made
Yeah.
for the exact, what you said, that like 7 to 10-year-old middle ground. I don't need a Stranger Things vibe. I need a Goonies vibe. And I've talked about this before, where they're kids being kids and they do stupid stuff. They do goofy things. They get upset about goofy things. Like that's what I'm talking about. And just seeing those little streamers is that's a great sign
Yeah.
that they're not taking this seriously. In the sense of like, dark and scary. I mean,
Sure.
like fun and whimsical and kitty like that. That's I love it. I love this is I almost said this is my favorite image. It's very high on the list just because it kind of sums everything up for me.
Sure. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. And I'm assuming this show probably went back to using the volume, if I had to guess.
I would guess.
But this
So.
image, at least, it doesn't look volumey at the moment, at least. But
I
obviously,
was gonna
that'll
say
be
I don't
better
know
to
about that
read
image
in
though.
motion.
That image looks great. That looks like
It does. It
they're
does.
at the place. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
absolutely. All right, here we go. Third image. We get 2 other characters that are kind of riding like a tandem little speeder bike here. I'm assuming, I'm just trying to look at this cast here. Looks like maybe one of those is KB is a character name. I can't tell. It's hard to tell over there to the side. But yeah, this one's cool. I like the little headlights. It honestly, it kind of reminds me, and I don't know why, but it's like Harry Pottery to me a little bit. With them kind of like riding the brooms like through the streets. I think that happened in one of the movies. I'm sure. I know your wife is a massive Harry Potter fan, so she could be able to tell
She's
us
literally watching Harry Potter as we're doing
as
this.
we
I
speak.
came from watching Half-Blood Prince. We just finished that.
Based on
Incredible.
some TikTok she's making, it looks like y'all are going to be going down there again here soon.
Well, hey, dude, it was so much fun. Like that place was incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we just watched Half-Blood Prince. Incredible movie. I love it. It's one of my favorites of Harry Potter. But yes, I agree with you here. This feels very Harry Pottery. And all right, so this is one of my least favorite, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
This
Hit me.
looks like a Macy's Christmas booklet toy
Yeah,
picture.
it kind of does. We were talking about the last image looking not volumey. This one does.
Exactly. Like that last one looked like they're just living in the world. This
Mhm.
one looks like they took a picture and put it on a Sears catalog.
Yeah.
We're throwing it back for you listeners if you don't know what a Sears catalog is. I promise I'm not that old. I got the tail end of it, but you used
Yeah.
to get a thing in the mail where you would look for toys. That's what this vibes for me. Now, don't get me wrong. I like that this one character has like, kind of the droid thing going on.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know what that is, but I'm getting this is gonna sound like a knock, and it kind of is.
Okay.
It's giving me Boba Fett, dude that spin moves into the shot vibes. That's what this is giving me.
I see that. I definitely see that, man.
But
Let's not go back down that road.
but the thing that I walk it back, they're just kids, man. They're just
Yeah,
kids.
100%.
And so it's fun.
Yeah. Now, I will say maybe this is getting ahead of myself potentially. Is there a chance, in your opinion, that one of the kid characters shows signs of force sensitivity?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm thinking if that it is, it's going to be the girl that's on the right.
Yeah.
For some reason, I just get that vibe.
I'm with you on that.
And I think there's a later image that we're going to look at that maybe tips the cap to that a little bit more, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me that one of them would be force sensitive. It makes sense it would be that girl. I agree with you. Just based on what she's wearing, I don't know. We're talking a lot into this photo, but
yeah, we are. But that's what we do, baby.
I agree. And also, it would make sense if he's a Jedi, right? Oh, we got a Padawan situation here. It's like it all makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All right, next image. We got a group of these kids. One of them is brand new that we haven't seen in an image yet. 3 of the other ones, I think, were in previous images that are in the background. Fixing a droid. Looks like this droid is like dead, not operating correctly.
Mm-hmm.
I like this again. This one definitely reads Goonies, like without a shadow of a doubt. This is giving Goonies. What do you think of this one?
So, just to give you guys, I keep bringing up Goonies because it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Really?
And it's very much nostalgia. Okay.
Sure.
Because when I would go to my grandmother's house, this is one of the VHSs. Again, it's one of the VHSs she would have.
Mm.
And so when you're at Granny's house, you get the movies that you got. There's no YouTube. There's no nothing. All right. You're getting 3 different movies, and Goonies was one of them. So I would just watch it over and over. So it just has this like warm place in my heart. The same place that Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory does. The OG one. That was another one of the videos.
Hot take, man. I've never really loved that movie.
And that's fair. But I'll
You're
tell you why you're wrong.
questioning our friendship.
I'm just kidding. I get it. Okay, my wife's the same way. She's like, it's weird, right? It's a weird movie, and it is weird. Now watching it again, but again, nostalgia is powerful, folks.
Mm-hmm.
And so when that song comes on, bum, 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 that one, just right in the good spot. So coming back to round of this, I promise. Goonies vibe 100% here. I love this shot. This is the first one I saw that had the little dude in it, the little Max Rebo guy. I was like, oh, look at this dude. He's so cute. I love this little guy.
Didn't we talk about the species of Max Rebo like last week?
I think we did for 1 second because we talked about that Hobby Lobby leak or whatever.
Max Rebo is becoming like the side quest character of our show, man.
Max Rebo, yeah.
Ortolan.
Okay.
Max Rebo is a male Ortolan.
Okay.
So let's just call this little guy moving forward little Orto.
Okay.
Little Orto.
I really like him. I love this. I love the picture. I love the vibes. And this goes back to what I was saying before, where they pick these pictures for a reason. And I think that reason is to give the vibes of Goonies and vibes of kid adventure.
Yeah.
And so I love it.
Yeah. And I know earlier you had mentioned please don't give Stranger Things. This one is a nail in the coffin for me that they're not touching Stranger Things.
Okay, yeah, I agree. I thought you were going to say the opposite. I completely agree with you. This tells me where they're going with this.
Yeah.
I hope. And so I agree with you. I agree.
All right, let's go to the next one. I believe this might be the last one, and that's the group. Jude Law looking up at that character that I'd kind of speculated. If there's going to be a young Jedi in training, young Padawan potential, it would be that girl. They appear to be, I guess, on Jude Law's ship, which reminds me, I think the premise of the show, if I'm not mistaken, is the fact that these kids get on a ship and somehow jump off into hyperspace and get lost. So maybe this is their ship, and Jude Law is like, nah, I need to take control of this so you kids can get home safe kind of situation. I don't know if I said earlier that a picture was. Did I say one of the pictures earlier was my favorite?
You said we talked about the streamers one, and you said that you like that one. Yeah. This one might be your favorite.
Yeah, this is my favorite one for sure. This is. I was hoping I didn't already say that phrase out of excitement. I was just verifying that. This is definitely my favorite picture of the first looks that we got, just because Jude Law. We get to see Jude Law like communicating with the kids to where we can get that vibe of. They've kind of shared it in like a little post that Star Wars put out there, that Jude Law's character is kind of like a fatherly, giving great advice, always knows what to say kind of character with these kids. I definitely see that with this image. What do you think?
I love that. I didn't know that little piece there. We get our Orto here. Better shot of him with his little like hair tuffet. He's got a little like comb over going on. Dude, yeah, come on. Come on. Like, how can you not love what you're seeing here? I just... The only thing that makes me nervous is like, I can't believe this is the story we're going to tell. Like, out of all of, we talk about it all, I talk about it all the time, this toy box of Star Wars, this is the one that we're going to tell. It boggles my mind a little bit. However, I'm in. I'm actually... If the goal of the pictures is to raise my hype level, they're raised, because they were pretty low before. I didn't really care about this show. I actually forgot it existed until like a couple weeks ago. We started talking about it.
Yeah,
I'm up. What about you?
Yeah, no, I mean, my excitement level for this show is definitely more so than I thought it was going to be by far. And I know I've said it. I think part of that's to do with how the Acolyte ended up landing for me. I'm just excited to be back in this Mandoverse kind of space, because the vibes of Star Wars, you can say what you want about the Book of Boba Fett and season 3 of The Mandalorian, but the vibes and the heart of Star Wars, they have figured that out in this Mandoverse, and I have no doubt that they're going to at least be able to get that right with Skeleton Crew. Like, I'm going to be able to throw that on and be like, this is Star Wars. This is what I love. I love the kiddiness. I love the goofiness. I love not having to take every single thing so seriously. And I just hope that it portrays that very well. One of the things I do want to talk about before we move on from these first looks, but we will talk about Skeleton Crew a little bit more here with the next topic that we need to discuss. In the press release, it said something about these characters coming across other characters. That immediately makes me think Din Djarin. 1000%. Let me see. What's your initial reaction when I say that, Zach? And I'm going to try to pull up that one just so I can actually read the exact verbiage that Star Wars decided to use.
I tell you that I am not surprised whatsoever, because to the casual viewer, they're going to have to set the time period somehow, whether that's with Bo or Din or whoever. I see, like, a show like this, I don't know. I don't think you need a major player to show up like Din or Bo. I'm trying to think of who else you could show besides them to kind of set the stage, because they're like the easy ones.
Pelimoto.
If she shows up,
come on, Pelly, I need you.
She's going to.
She fits the vibes of this show, man.
That's what I was about to say. If any show it makes sense for her to be there, it's this one. Like, she fits
Give
the
it
vibe.
To me, Team Pelly.
Terrible, terrible character. But whatever.
I brought that up on
I know.
Whenever I was on Hannah's channel. We were talking
I
about
know.
people that could show up in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, and I said Pelimoto, and that everybody that helps me with Mando talk hates me for that take.
Yeah, yikes on that.
Okay,
Yikes.
let me see. I
Zero.
think I found this. Okay,
Okay.
hold on. When 4 kids, oh, get out of here, you stupid ad. Sorry. When 4 kids make a mysterious discovery on their seemingly safe home planet, they get lost in a strange and dangerous galaxy. And this is according to the show's official synopsis. Finding their way home, meeting unlikely allies and enemies will be a greater adventure than they ever imagined. I think it's the unlikely allies part that a lot of people are rolling with. I think, and I would hope that just indicates Jude Law's character. But the wordage, in my opinion, there definitely lends itself to, hey, we want you to go into this thing thinking it's possible for you to see Din Djarin. I mean, and let's be real, Lil Orto there and Grogu in a shot together. I mean, that's kid gold right there.
You read my brain. Like, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Is like Mando and Grogu on their adventure. We know they're on adventures at this point where we left them. And if they just in passing, Grogu interacts with this Ortolan cat, hearts are gonna explode.
It's gonna break. It's gonna break Twitter for
Like,
about.
people are gonna love. I already know people are gonna love this little blue dude, man. I'm telling you, they're going to. And
Well, wasn't it like one of the biggest characters on that little leaked poster that came out?
Oh,
like
I don't
the
know.
biggest little image,
yes,
face
right.
image that they put on there.
They know what they're doing with that. Same reason for Grogu, honestly. So another curveball in all of this is John Watts. Okay.
We
haven't
bring
really
that
talked
up.
about him.
Let's talk about that. That'll be a good little segue too.
Honestly, like, he's killed it with the Spider-Man movies. Okay. Now, I don't think all of them are amazing. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. He's like number 1 on my list. And I really enjoyed his 3 Spider-Man movies. Remember, he's made 3. He made all of them. Okay. He made No Way Home. That deserves enough props in itself for nailing that. And Marvel were going to hand Fantastic Four to him on a platter. And he said, nah, I'm good. Walked away from the table and came to Star Wars.
Yep.
So, with all of that being said, whether he was sick of Marvel, which I think that's probably a part of it. It's like, you at the same buffet long enough, you're going to change restaurants. But also, it gives me high confidence in this show that he would be willing to risk that, right?
Yeah.
That's a risky move.
Yeah, it reads like this is a passion project for him.
Yes.
So you definitely you sense then that we're going to get his best shot, best swing. But it does make me question, because based off of those Spider-Man movies, and I agree with you, I love all 3 of those Spider-Man movies. Personally, it does make me question like why he decided to go with this genre then, I guess, because he was so good at like hitting that sweet spot of like being kid friendly, but also like being like making us thrilled. Because I mean, come on, Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, like our childhood reuniting on screen, wild. But we'll see. I think that's a fantastic point to bring up, that he left Spider-Man, he left Fantastic Four. I mean, clearly Fantastic Four is an integral part in what Marvel wants to do moving forward. Like,
that's a massive,
that's a massive deal for him to pass on to focus on this. So maybe something powerful is there, and we'll at least maybe see that passion bleed through the screen.
Yeah, and I think he wrote most of the episodes. I'm Googling this as we talk here.
Be good.
Okay, so the series is written by Christopher Ford and John Watts, excluding the 5th and 6th episodes, which were written by Myung-Jo Wesner. Apologies if I said that
Christopher
wrong.
what? What was Christopher's last name?
Christopher Ford.
Okay.
Chris Ford.
Okay.
He's accredited for Spider-Man Homecoming, which is a great Spider-Man movie. And then the other one's no idea. Cop Car, Chaos Walking. I don't know what those are, but
I don't know those.
Spider-Man Homecoming's enough I need to hear, frankly. Like, that movie is so good, and there's a twist in that movie that I'm not going to say if you haven't seen it, but you know what I'm talking about. And it's an incredible twist.
100%.
Incredible.
Yeah. I'm I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. The creators that they've got behind this. I mean, obviously Favreau, Filoni are probably executive producing. And with that piece in there, it's possible for sure that we throw some Mando in there in some way, somehow. Whether that just be like a drive-by in the hyperspace lanes or something, and you hear Grogu like sense
Nah, we're
them or
gonna get
something.
Grogu interacting, man.
You think so?
You gotta sell those plushies
Well,
behind
see,
him,
and
you
I'm
know?
thinking though that this, whatever skeleton crew, I know this has been a debate whether the Mandalorian has decided to no longer be a TV show and it's just going to be theatrical. I think these skeleton crew characters could be a way for the Mandalorian to return to the small screen, because I don't think the skeleton crew characters are big enough to be a theatrical draw, but it could be big enough to pose an interesting season of television for Din Djarin and Din Grogu.
Have they said that Skeleton Crew is gonna show up in this movie?
In the Filoni movie?
Yeah.
No, they haven't. But all we know is that the Filoni movie is supposed to wrap up the Mandoverse. So
Okay.
they're on the platter for them to be in the
Well,
movie.
my point in that is like, I don't need them to show up. Like, this can be a super fun adventure with kids, and then that be that. We
Yeah.
just it's in that time period. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And
I
let
agree.
Boba Fett and Ahsoka and everybody do their thing. I wanted to bring this up as well. It's not a quote, but talking about Skeleton Crew again. The more I'm reading about this, dude, I'm so glad I'm on the show.
Yeah,
And we're
dude,
covering this
we're like
because
diving deeper than I thought, and I'm really enjoying this
well,
conversation.
because like it's much more interesting than I thought. So Christopher Ford has described Skeleton's Crew's tone as being a quote adventure, desiring to make it an enjoyable series that also contains danger for the children at the children level. Apologies. It's not quoted, it's just like summed up here. He had further gone on to say that the situation would be extra fraught when the kids are in danger. And so Jude Law says his character brings a whole lot to the world that they can experience, contradictory at times, but also nurture at times. So it sounds like a fatherly figure.
100%.
Like you
Sounds
said.
like a guy trying to figure it out.
Yep.
Probably doesn't have kids of his own or anything like that, and he's trying to figure out how to deal with it. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 kids all at once. That's a lot on the dude's plate.
They're in the young cast are in a quote constant state of confusion and jeopardy and challenge, and they have a quote goofy relationship. And then other times it can get quite dark and scary for the kids.
Well,
Dude,
all right. I
that
like
sounds
it.
dope. I'm in.
I like the vibes that Skeleton Crew is delivering. And there's one other thing that we need to talk about with Skeleton Crew of something that I'm loving the vibes on, folks. And that is the fact that Bryce Dallas Howard herself, via Instagram, has confirmed that she is at least directing one episode. She didn't say how many episodes. We just know that she's returning into the director's chair because, as you can see in this image, this is the image that BDH posted on Instagram herself. She's got the Skeleton Crew, I guess, production crew jacket on. She got that Skeleton Crew drip that I'm jealous of. Really need one of those. That'd be sick to have. But the reason why this is so exciting for me, let me just read through this. And honestly, I wrote these out in my ranking of my enjoyment of her television episodes that she has directed in the Mandoverse, I might add. The Book of Boba Fett, Episode 5, Return of the Mandalorian, in my opinion, arguably the best Star Wars television episode to date. Even though it's a Mandalorian episode inside the Book of Boba Fett, that's a critique that you could probably have. But regardless, just ignore all of that titling, blah, blah, blah. That episode, phenomenal. Next one. Mando, Chapter 11, The Heiress, Bo-Katan's first live action appearance. Inject that in my veins. Nothing else to say on that one. The next one, Mando, Chapter 4. Can't even read my handwriting, but it's titled Sanctuary. That's the episode where we see Cara Dune for the first time. Very much so like a Western type of training a village. We got to beat the enemy, like nostalgic kind of story, and she nailed it. And then we have one major dud, folks, and that would be Chapter 22, Guns for Hire, where Lizzo and Jack Black destroyed the franchise.
She did that one?
Yes, she did. But,
Didn't
and
know that.
obviously I said destroyed the franchise playfully. I'm highly joking on that. That's just how everybody reacted to that one. I was not a fan of that episode. I can't lie. She did her best that she could with that, though. She doesn't write
That's
it.
a terrible episode.
She doesn't
Like, you
write it.
can't.
She doesn't produce it. She doesn't do any of that stuff. She just directs what she's given. I hate that. Maybe that was maybe she got to pick. I hate that was the one that she picked, if that's the case.
I don't know if
She
they
is
pick 'em.
phenomenal. You don't think so?
I don't know. I don't know how that works. Frankly, I would love if you know. Let me know how this works in the media
No,
space.
they
But
probably pick based on like their personalities, what they feel like they could draw out.
it feels like Filoni would go, "Hey, yo, Bryce, here's the one that you're getting." To me,
I think that's probably true. That's probably true.
But maybe not. Maybe not. But maybe they can say like, "I would prefer that," but I think at the end of the day, it's like, you're doing this one.
Yeah.
But I didn't know she did that one. So erasing that one from my memory or my thoughts, everything else.
3 for 4. Like, she's batting 750,
well,
dude.
That doesn't mean she's a bad director either, to be fair. Like just because it's a bad story doesn't mean it's a bad director.
Yeah, it's not on her. Not on her.
And so,
in my opinion,
I think this is great news personally. Like, I think this is great. Why would you not have her be involved? She's shown that she has the chops to direct these things. She obviously loves Star Wars. And I think this is going to be her best showing because it's with these kids, man.
I don't know, man. Return of the Mandalorian really sits well with me.
I mean directorial wise.
Oh, okay.
I don't mean like the actual story and all that
like
stuff. I
mean drawing
out
the performance from these kids kind of thing. Okay.
Like being a director is what I mean there. Not the story. You're right. I just mean like her because she's done this a couple times now, and she's going to be with these kids who are going to be obviously trying their best and learning. And I don't know what episode she's doing. Do we know like episode 3 or 4 or whatever yet?
Not to my knowledge, man. Not to my knowledge. So
I would think they would give her this episode where it would be like a kind of touching but goofy episode. That's the vibe I would get, like her being able to absolutely kill it.
Yeah, honestly though, that's what chapter 22 was for the Mandalorian, because like we had the goofiness throughout the episode with Lizzo, Jack Black, Grogu, all of that stuff, and then the last 10 minutes of that episode were phenomenal, where Bo-Katan fights. Why am I blanking on the dude? The other Mandalorian. I don't know why I'm blanking on the character right now.
Or the Darksaber.
Yeah, for the Darksaber, correct. Because Din Djarin's like, you can have it kind of thing, and she ends up getting it, and it's an epic shot, a phenomenal shot. You could argue one of the best moments across the Mandoverse story they've told so far as Bo-Katan acquiring that Darksaber, especially if you're somebody that watched Clone Wars and Rebels to see everything that she's gone through. Like, phenomenal moment for sure. But man, the 40 minutes, or probably not 40 minutes, probably like 20 minutes that led up to that. I figured you'd appreciate that one, Zach.
Yeah, that 5 seconds before that, we got the 5 seconds.
Yeah, Zach, you need to get ready for that, because that same thing is going to happen with Skeleton Crew.
Oh, all right. So
a doubt.
Again, the reason I'm so excited, like I'm getting more and more excited here, is that's okay.
This show that fits.
That's what I mean. It's like it's a whole different expectation level coming from me when you show me a poster that has a blood-shaped saber. And then you give me like 25-minute episodes that have nothing to do with that. I get frustrated.
Sure.
When you show me kids and you describe it as an 80s Amblin adventure, give me like a 25-minute Saturday morning vibe.
Great point.
You
know, and one other thing that I wanted to point out before we get to our D23 predictions, man, we're 40 minutes deep and we haven't hit our main topic, but that means we're having a great conversation. One more thing I wanted to hit regarding the thematic vibes, the kid-friendly atmosphere of it, the happiness. This show is scheduled to release on Tuesday nights like they've been doing with these live-action shows recently, since Ahsoka. I think they started doing that. I loved that decision, by the way. This show, if they keep with this schedule, Tuesday night, I believe it's going to be December 3rd that they announced, is when Skeleton Crew releases. That means they're going to have an episode of Skeleton Crew coming out on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. And that plays really well with the kid-friendly vibes of it as well, because obviously that's the holiday season. You're with your family. You're with little ones. This could be something you easily throw on your screen and say, hey, let me introduce you to Star Wars. Little nephew, little niece, little cousin, little son, little daughter, like anybody that's of age to kind of enjoy Star Wars for the first time, this could easily be one of those things that you throw on the TV screen at a family gathering during the holidays. And that's certainly something that excites me as well and plays well with that vibe that they're trying to get at.
I agree.
Period.
I mean,
Period.
I'll be interested to see how they play their release schedule around that stuff because
The
they
numbers are going to have to take a hit on that, I would imagine, though.
they traditionally try to work
to avoid
around
it.
those things, but I don't hate your point because of this streaming space that we're in. I think they're starting to realize just drop it at a good freaking time where we all can watch it, not 3 a.m. or whatever. Like, I wish they wouldn't do that. They'll probably do it with this one, but it's just, I don't know. I get frustrated with that.
Yeah.
It's like, because House of the Dragon, talking about that, season finale, okay? It drops at 8 o'clock. That's primo time, okay? I can get the kids to bed. I can go watch it with my wife, and we can just sit there and drink it in, and I immediately text you, yo, I've watched it. What do you think? You hit me with the, I've watched it, and we can get into it that night, not tomorrow morning when I'm dealing with kids, blah, blah, blah. Have you watched it? No, I haven't watched it yet. Oh, it came out. Oh, well, I got to, that whole situation eliminates water cooler talk, which I think is not productive for a show.
100%.
And water cooler talk these days is me texting you, by the way.
Yes, it is.
That's the vibe.
It's not really water coolers anymore. But that reminds me of something else I wanted to say. I could easily see this show being one that they decide to dump all at once, though. Easily.
Okay.
Or
I'm
do
so glad
something
you said
even
that. I'll come
do
back.
something even better that I would like. Give us half the season on December 3rd. Give us the other half, whether that be next week or maybe even like post holidays. Like, even space it out that much if you really wanted to, depending on how well you feel good, how you feel like that halfway point would get people to come back or not. I think that would be an interesting strategy. That could be something they do to avoid the holidays as well. Who knows? But what do you think? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. So I'm so glad you said that. I wanted to bring that up. This feels like a dumper to me.
You think so?
A binger.
What is there evidence out there that's got you feeling that way?
I'm Googling it. That's
okay.
that's actually what I was doing when I was reaching over there. All we know, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong here, if you're watching now or later, is December 3rd. That's the only thing they've dropped so far.
Correct. That's the release date. Yeah.
Also, the fact they haven't said that it's dropping weekly, like here's the dates, gives me a dump vibe. But
well, I mean, it is August, so I mean, maybe not. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not trying to be doom and gloom. I'm just being truthful here.
But this would be the show to play around.
And
I agree with that.
Like, I think I actually don't hate your idea of the halvesies. I kind of like that idea, but we can assume they'll go week by week and do it. But
I would love
now that we've talked about it out
personally,
loud.
'cause
I don't know, man. I think with the timing, they may just dump it. December 3rd. Here you go. Here's all 8.
They could, especially if they're shorter episodes. If they're in that 20-minute range, drop it.
Yeah.
Just
Like,
dump it all.
go watch it over the holidays. Please don't give up your Disney Plus subscription. That just
Or
went
I'm
up
trying
in
to
price.
let me pull up the calendar here real quickly, and then we'll get into D23 predictions.
Did you see that Disney Plus is going up in price?
Yeah, I did. Whatever. Fine, that's fine if the content's been good enough, but Star Wars, Marvel, all of it hadn't been that great. I don't know why we're bumping up prices. Anyway, December 3rd, December 10th, December 17th. So you've got 3 weeks to get it out before the holidays hit. So I could easily see if they want to go week to week, they just drop 3 episodes. The 3rd, they drop 3 episodes. The 10th, they drop the final 2 episodes. The 17th.
I think that's why I'm saying like the December 3rd date is so weird to me. That's a weird date.
It is. It almost smells like we're about to get a dump because typically they try to avoid those holiday dates.
And why would you start on December 3rd? This is like a what if situation where They're like, hey, like you said, maybe they'll do half. Here's half December 3rd. Here's the other half. Now watch it over the holidays.
Yeah.
And now, don't get me wrong here, folks. Not saying this is a negative thing.
Sure.
Maybe it lends itself to that.
It
right?
could, yeah.
Like what if it's 8 episodes, 20 minutes each? That's whatever that math is, right? Maybe that's a long type of movie vibe, and it would just play better as one big thing where you can get the little breaks in between. I'm okay with that because here's the spoiler alert on this show. It's not going to generate this week by week. Oh, can you believe that? I don't think it's going to be that at all.
I don't think it's going to generate big numbers either. If they were concerned with the Acolyte, if they were concerned with Andor, this ain't even going to touch it.
Yeah.
I don't think.
That's why I'm thinking like get it on Disney Plus. That way, if it is good, it gets good reception. And then January comes around and you go, look at this kid-friendly show we have on our Disney Plus.
And they can turn the page for like Andor too.
Yeah. And now watch this. Now that we got your money, we got the adult content coming. Don't you worry.
I could see it either way. I could see it. Well,
if it's on FanDuel, I'm saying they're dumping it. Don't gamble, kids.
Oh, that's great. That was great. Okay. We have finally cleared the floor for our main topic. So if you've been
that was our main topic. What are you talking about?
It might have been. I might need to retitle this, thumbnail it, all of it.
I'm happy though. Like we haven't really got to
vibing.
You know, we haven't really dove into Skeleton Crew yet. We just said it exists. So
this is the premise of Mando Late Night right here. Just guys in the chat vibing with Star Wars.
Love it.
All right, here we go. D23 coming up this upcoming weekend. This upcoming weekend, we're going to have Lucasfilm, Star Wars, obviously, Marvel, Pixar, all of the Disney-owned properties giving some form of spiel about what they've got upcoming. I believe, if I've read correctly, what we can expect is this is going to happen Friday night for us here in the Central Time Zone. I think it's going to be like 7 to 9 p.m. Friday night when it's actually going on over on the West Coast at an earlier time for them. But regardless, I say all that to say, stay tuned to this YouTube channel Friday night, because if there's something that drops, your boy is going to be reacting to it, doing some form of a short or something along those lines to cover it. So make sure you hit that subscribe button for sure. Definitely want to throw that plug out there. But regardless, this weekend, D23, getting some updates potentially, and that's what we're going to do here to speculate and to theorize. So what I want to do here real quickly is I want to run through, Zach, all of the different this is going to be fun. All of the different projects that are loosely in quotes in production from the Star Wars franchise. And when I say it, Zach, and you don't have to like dive into the heavy content, the heavy discussion with it yet. I just want you to say, like, even if it's a 20% possibility that they bring it up at D23, say yes.
Okay.
But if you think there's absolutely no shot that they bring it up at D23, say no. Sound good?
All right, I'm in.
Okay, here we go. We're starting off big. Mandalorian and Grogu movie.
100%.
Okay.
Easily.
Skeleton Crew.
Easily, 100%.
Andor 2.
Easily, 100%. Actually, I go 95% on that. I'm a little hesitant. But.
This one you might not even know is coming. Lego Rebuild the Galaxy. You're like, whatever.
No, I would say I'll give that a 75% because I like the whole Lego vibe.
That one's 100, man. I think that comes out later this month.
Okay.
I think they're dumping.
Well, then,
that's one of those things that they dump all at once.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, Rebuild the Galaxy, maybe one of my best trailer reactions on the channel ever because of Darth Jar Jar. So check that out. Anyway.
Shout out, Darth.
The Rey movie.
Oh, baby.
Yes, no. Yes, no.
Yes. Yes.
Jedi Prime, the Mangold movie.
The world is that? Yes.
Okay. Man, you think they're going to come out here with all the... Okay, here we go. Filoni movie.
Yes. I think they talk about
Dang,
all those
man.
things. You don't think so?
Let me just keep going.
Oh, sorry.
Taika's movie.
No.
Okay, thank you. Good answer. Good
No.
answer. Good answer, Steve. Good answer. Sean Levy's movie. Ooh, this would be the time, man. This would be the time.
No. I'm gonna say no.
I think so too. Lando movie.
No.
You probably didn't even know that thing existed based off of your reaction.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll
Ryan Johnson's trilogy.
Ooh, yeah, I'll say a no on that.
Another laughing one. Rogue Squadron.
No. R.I.P.
And finally, Ahsoka season 2.
Yes.
Okay, so you're saying yes to a lot, man. I'm shocked that you said
Really?
yes to that much.
I don't see how they don't do those things.
Here's what I put down as yeses.
Okay.
Mandalorian and Grogu. Rebuild the Galaxy. Andor 2. Skeleton Crew.
Well, that's it.
That's it. I think that's the only 4 things they're coming to D23 with.
Okay, so riddle me this.
Okay.
I don't remember what the vibes of D23 is. Is it going to be Kathleen Kennedy going, here's what we got coming up?
No. I think you're kind of thinking of the back when it was when the Acolyte was first like put out there into the world. That was like a investors call. Investors meeting where they're really like trying to pitch to the people that throw money at them, like, oh, look at all this stuff. Ooh, look at all this stuff that's never going to see the light of day. Ooh.
Hey, watch this. Smoke and mirrors. Yeah. Okay. I thought that's what that was. My bad.
Yeah. Oh, so here we go. Let's run through the list again.
Well, no. We don't have to do that. I'm just saying, like, I thought that was the vibe of this. Is like, hey, look at all this cool stuff we got going on. That's why I said yes to a lot. Okay. I still think all right. So Rey movie, I don't think it gets brought up.
Okay.
Jedi Prime, I don't think it gets brought up.
Agreed.
Filoni movie, I still say no on that because we got to get through Mando and Grogu.
Yeah, we got to get through Mando and Grogu.
I don't know, man. Do they talk about the Rey movie? Is it in shambles? Is that the rumor here?
I do not think they're bringing up the Rey movie because I heavily believe that Charmin Obaid-Chinoy is no longer directing it.
Okay, so then no, they're sweeping that.
Hot take. You heard it here first. Honestly, is a director being cut off of a Star Wars project a hot take anymore?
Honestly, it's the reverse. It's like, oh, he stayed on the whole time. Wow, can you believe that? Well, we haven't gotten a movie in what, a decade? So,
dude, yes.
Like, we don't even know what.
Okay, story time, man. Like. I'm sorry. We'll keep. Hey, D23 predictions. Throw them in the chat. We want to hear you. Yeah. We're gonna keep talking about that. But tonight, I was watching The Rise of Skywalker because they're doing a Star Wars marathon on TNT. You know how many freaking times I cried watching that movie, man? Dude, like 2-3 times. And this movie's been out since 2019.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just to show you we need to get back in the theater, people.
Yeah.
Because Rise of Skywalker, let's be real, it's got problems all over it. As far as writing, logistics, it just kind of feels fan servicey here and there, nostalgia heavy. But Star Wars in theater, it hits you. John Williams' music, it hits you. Anyway, D23.
Yeah, I think that's fair to bring up in this discussion because of the movie situation.
We need something with Mando and Grogu.
Back in the day, when we were just starting to do this Mando talk thing like this, I was a big proponent of, dude, TV shows for Star Wars, TV shows. This makes so much sense. And I still think it does. I think Star Wars can lend itself to a TV show environment because it's just such a deep well of information or story you can get. But having gone to Deadpool and Wolverine, and Dune Part 2 was another vibe of this. Nothing hits like a movie theater full of people.
Yeah.
I would say almost nothing besides like maybe a full sports arena. But even then, I would say they're real close because you get a movie that has a pop in it. it just brings tears to your eyes, man.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think Star Wars could heavily it can get one of those easily.
Yeah,
Easily.
especially with Mando and Grogu. Especially with Mando and Grogu. That thing
For
could
sure.
pop like crazy.
Like you telling me Mando doing some sick shooting with Grogu doing some sick Force stuff like back to back.
Yeah.
You telling me that don't get some pop and claps in a movie theater?
Yeah,
Like,
that'd be hype. That'd be hype.
But all right. So to your point,
Yeah.
yes, movies are super important. I think obviously they're going to talk about Skeleton Crew, but the reason I say I still think they're going to talk about something in the future more than Andor season 2. Can't talk because like that's the time to do it, right? I mean, obviously, Star Wars Celebration is really
that's the big one. That's the big one.
But why not bring up one of those things, whether it's the Rey movie or maybe you could say, you could argue it is Mando and Grogu movie would be the future thing. So maybe that checks the box. But
here's what I've got. This is the optimistic. You're giving me everything you possibly can possibilities with D23, in my opinion. Mando and Grogu, I think at most that they bring to D23 is an in-production image. You see like Din Djarin suited up, you see the cameras rolling, you see the blue screen behind him, you see him in the volume. At most, that's what we get. Like Brendan Wayne, maybe, with the helmet off, but he's in the suit. Or Lateef Crowder, I think that's his name. I can't remember his last name. Maybe we see him in the...
We get a shot of Pedro.
Crowder. That might be an NBA player.
Jay Crowder is.
Jay Crowder is.
You get Pedro in the suit holding Grogu.
Okay,
we already know he started filming or whatever, right?
That'd be a massive swing. Massive swing.
My guy, they're batting 0 for 100. They need a good swing here. We got to get up to the plate and hit a freaking home run.
But do you agree that like the in production image is at most that we get?
That's what I mean. Yes, I'm in full agreement that we're not going to get any sort of trailer or moving anything. We're going to get look.
Yeah. Like maybe even honestly, it could. You know what? They could probably go with the whole like director's chair with Favreau's name on the back of it. And that's it.
Okay. Yes. I could actually. I probably see that more than that, or like Grogu sitting in the chair. I think.
Yeah. Okay. So again, that's the overly optimistic look on for the Mandalorian and Grogu. In my opinion, is we get an in production image, and that's the most we.
The only reason I think it's higher than what you're thinking is because we know that they film stuff for it.
That's fair.
That's the only reason I say that, because if not, then I would be in agreement. Like you're going to get the director's chair, but the fact that we know, at least hyperbole wise, we know that they film some stuff. I think we're gonna get that.
Okay. All right. The next thing that I have, again, overly optimistic. And I know that you probably don't care about this, but I do because it's fun. Lego Rebuild the Galaxy. I think we get a trailer, like a full-on trailer or like even a full-on scene just to get it out there, just to show. Because again, D23 is showing off what projects are coming down the pipeline. This thing is coming soon. If it's not this month, it's next for sure. So I think we're going to get an even more detailed trailer. First look. Cameras rolling, not cameras rolling, but Legos rolling. Legos being built.
I don't think we get a trailer.
You don't think so?
Because it's from 7 to 9 for all of Disney Entertainment. That means Star Wars has like 45 minutes, 30 minutes.
30 minutes max.
And so I don't think we get a trailer for Lego. I think we get it brought up.
Well, I mean, what you bring Kathleen Kennedy out there on stage and she says, we have the Mandalorian Grogu in production. We get that production image on a slideshow. We've got the next thing, and then they roll the camera or roll the tape.
Maybe.
Like it's just a bang, 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 bang kind of thing. I do not think this is going to be like a big spectacle like San Diego Comic-Con for Marvel. Not even close.
No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Okay. So again, overly optimistic, Rebuild the Galaxy. If the Lego shows are your cup of tea, I think we could get a trailer with that one. This one's a big stretch, in my opinion, because for some reason I've been shocked with the lack of let's get material out there to let you know that this show is still a thing, and or season 2. I think that the most the most that we could get is a teaser poster for this thing. The safest thing would be one of those production images. I'm shocked that we haven't gotten anything with this because I think at last Star Wars Celebration they showed a trailer too. So maybe they could surprise us with that.
Are
But I
they?
don't see why they would do that.
Are they done filming Andor season 2?
That's a great question.
If they are done
Surely.
filming, we get a trailer. Whoops.
You think so? Surely they finished, man. But I know the writer's strike really hit that one hard. From
Andor season 2 5 months ago. Andor season
wow.
2 finished filming today. We're getting a trailer, my guy.
Dude, you know how much time they've had to perfect that show?
Yeah, we're getting a trailer for Andor season 2.
All right,
right?
So
Am I crazy?
I would say that's probably so far your hottest D23 prediction take is that we're going to get an Andor season 2 trailer. You think like full on, without a doubt, Andor season 2 trailer.
Goodness,
Losing you. Oh, yep.
They dropped it. It's not likely to arrive until 2025. We're getting it.
Andor season 2 trailer.
Yeah, we're getting it.
We're lagging big time here, but that's okay. That's okay.
I know. It's all right.
I hope you're right. I really hope you're right. I hope that we get a season 2 trailer for Andor because I'm rewatching that show right now. My gosh, I forgot how incredible that thing is.
Yeah, dude. It's so good.
The first episode alone is so well written. And when I say rewatching, I think that's the only one I've been able to watch so far. But it's so good because you get even. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I had Andor 2, at least a production image. At best, I had teaser poster, but Zach is saying trailer.
I say trailer.
That would be pretty dope.
If not during the thing, we get it like, oh, look it on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be dope. That would be dope. Okay. And then the last thing that I had shown, so far I've said Mando and Grogu, Rebuild the Galaxy, Andor 2. I would say those are like the on the bubble. It could go either way. They could bring them, they could not. The thing that I have absolutely 100% confidence in, Skeleton Crew. Skeleton Crew is showing up to D23 with a trailer. I have 100%. No doubt about that.
Agreed.
Okay.
100%. I think it's literally like maybe 150% that we get a trailer here.
Yeah.
And that leads me to be hesitant on the Andor trailer because of the whole timing thing I discussed there.
They can't. Star Wars is very hesitant to release 2 TV show trailers at once.
That's why I get hesitant in my Andor prediction.
That's why I've been saying rebuild the galaxy and Skeleton Crew.
You're right that they wouldn't drop. It doesn't have to be a trailer. It can be like a teaser because if this is coming in 2025, what if it's like May 2025 or March? You know, like we're getting there
for Andor.
Yes,
I read something recently like that they could drop that early 25.
That's what I'm saying, like February or like a weird kind of time. They like to do that with these Star Wars shows.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I think we get. Didn't before we get like for Ahsoka or something, we got a teaser trailer, but it wasn't a trailer. It was like a behind the scenes look of them like filming it.
We got that for Andor. I know that.
Okay. All right. I thought it was for Andor.
Yeah.
That might be what they do. Not a trailer, but like a look at this.
Yeah.
Look at we don't forget about Andor kind of vibe. Like, I'm hoping they do that. And I think, honestly, it's me wishful thinking because I love that show so much.
Sure. No, I agree. That would be incredible.
I don't know why you wouldn't showcase your most well-written show ever.
That's fair.
I don't know why.
Fair.
You would, but
I do want to show something. Let me see if I can get this to pull up for everybody to see. Boom. I think I got it. Zach, you should be able to see this pop in on your side of things here pretty soon. Right. Mandoverse updates on Twitter. Phenomenal job of posting things regarding the Mandalorian. There is a banner of Din Djarin at D23. It has been set up. You can see behind him is the New Republic signet, the little logo. So that is his current job. He's working for the New Republic. Din Djarin being on that poster makes me believe they are bringing the Mandalorian and Grogu, man. What do you think?
Yes, as they should. It is the primo Disney Plus entity at this point.
Yeah, it is.
Other than classics of Disney, like, Moana and all of those, you got nothing else to show me,
man,
for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Except for Mando and Grogu. Because
Sure.
you can't bring Marvel out there. People are going to go, that sucked, or whatever they say. So I love that picture, dude.
Dude, it's a great picture. I'm also noticing there that for some reason Andor is trending. Interesting.
Trending because it's about to show up.
Oh,
when does it start? Friday. So, yeah, man. Telling you.
The big Disney showcase is Friday night. The big Disney showcase
You're
is
probably
Friday
right
night.
in that it's going to be, it'll be like a poster or something for Andor, or a release date. Maybe they drop that on us. Like, Andor season 2 coming.
Yeah.
Summer 2025. I could see it be something vague like that.
Yeah, I think we can count on heavy work for Skeleton Crew, Rebuild the Galaxy, light work for Mandalorian and Grogu, and we would be lucky to get Andor season 2 stuff just because they don't like to overlap marketing for live action television, in my opinion.
Do we get any animated stuff? Do you think they announced like, new animated show coming?
That's been a rumor. There's been a rumor that there's a new animated show in production. I don't know what that time period would be, but I would love for it to be New Republic era, and they actually tell the story of like Luke Skywalker and Ben Solo working together. I've always shared that take. I think doing like a Clone Wars animation style Ben
Never
Solo,
gonna happen,
Luke.
Dude,
why?
Never gonna happen.
Well, they're hot take. You know what? D23 prediction: Luke and Ben Solo Clone Wars animated styled TV show. Book it.
Is this rumored at all, or is this just what you want?
No, this is just wishful thinking.
Oh, you were so confident. I thought that you saw this somewhere.
No, hot take, man. We're just throwing it out there into the internet verse.
Yeah, I love it. Never gonna happen though.
Oh, come on, man.
The only
How about
animated stuff we're gonna get,
the Sith.
All right, I love that.
Yeah.
Give me more of that. That's sick. Tales of anything is sick. I think those are very cool.
Yeah, they are. They're good. They're good.
But I wouldn't be surprised if they went back to that, honestly. I think that's a really cool kind of vessel for new storytelling. But
I agree.
I want to say I think maybe my hot take would be, we're gonna get some sort of animated show.
I'm for that. I mean, I'm an animated fan. I mean, I have the opinion that Star Wars Rebels is one of the best stories that the franchise has ever told, period. So
agreed.
And I know people out there believe that Clone Wars is that, and I respect that. Rebels just spoke to me more, and that's totally fine. So I say all that to say, regardless though, Star Wars animation is top tier in the franchise. Let's be real.
Yeah. And Star Wars lends itself to animation.
Yeah, I agree. Dude, you give me like I feel like Clone Wars kind of broke the animation mold, if you will. Like it came into the animated scene hard and heavy. Like people thought it was incredible when it first came out. But what I was gonna say was like, you give me like Across the Spider-Verse kind of thing with Star Wars. Oh, come on, baby. But I think they'll stick to their formula because it's a well-crafted, well-developed, earned formula
like
regarding
the Bad
Clone
Batch
Wars
kind of thing.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think Visions also kind of checks that box.
I have still not watched season 2 of Visions.
I haven't seen season 2. I forget it exists, man.
Me too.
It's so
I think
good.
Visions came out like in between things. I think it was between maybe Kenobi and Ahsoka. I can't remember. I think it came out before Ahsoka though, like right before Ahsoka, and it just kind of got lost for me personally. But
yeah, same. So yeah, my two takes are going to be an Andor trailer.
Okay.
And again, that either being a trailer or a but hey, look at this, don't forget trailer and something moving. And then my second take would be this one I would say is like a 20%er, but new animated show they announce here at D23, because that feels like a very D23 announcement based on everything I'm hearing here.
It does. It does.
Not Comic-Con level, but also like not just put it on Twitter.
Yeah. Let me throw this hot take out there too. Maybe D23 prediction number 5,000 at this point. Who knows what we're on?
No, dude, I think we're nailing it. What
do you think? Because in my opinion, if the Mandalorian and Grogu has just been like a working title, D23 would be a great opportunity to release the real title. Could that be a thing? Or is just the Mandalorian and Grogu, even though it's not a great title, so marketable that they're just going to keep rolling with that?
I don't know.
Great analysis.
I don't know. I think the reason I'm hesitant is I think they just keep that name.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm leaning toward, but man, I just want something cooler, man. But it's marketable. I mean, everybody knows who the Mandalorian is, everybody knows who Grogu is.
Dude, you think we get an Andor season 2 release date? Talking about Andor.
I think that's possible. But I also don't think so, because we just got Skeleton Crew just now after the Acolyte was over. I think they're waiting. I just don't think they like mixing up the marketing of the two live action shows.
I know, but it's an event.
But it's cooked. It's there. Like, it's ready to go.
My point is, like, this is the place to do that.
And this is the place to also be like, look, I know we're awful with the release dates, but we got this one in the bag.
Yeah.
Book it March.
We finished 21st. Filming it in February of this year, and we're not going to drop it until next year.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. I like that idea. I will say 50-50 on it.
Okay.
I'm 50-50 on it. But I think it's a legitimate possibility. Any other D23 predictions?
I think Marvel doesn't do anything crazy.
Oh, gosh, man, I haven't even thought of that. I haven't thought of other franchises.
I think they don't. I think they go heavy on animation. Disney does here. Not Marvel specifically, but like Disney
overall.
I think they push it because they got Moana 2 coming out.
I was about to say that.
Which they're like sweeping under the rug, I feel like.
Yeah, it's been quiet. There's a massive Moana 2 poster at my local theater.
It's weird.
I saw it right as I came out of Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah,
totally two different vibes. I'm coming out of watching Deadpool. Just got done watching an actor that I never imagined saying things during a post-credit scene, and I walk out of the theater and I see Moana 2.
Yeah, that's a good mixture there. It's like being on TikTok. You just swipe through different emotions.
Yeah.
No, I don't know, man. I think Star Wars needs to show confidence. That's it.
Yeah.
Make me feel confident in your timeline.
100%.
Because every time they announce something, I immediately go,
sure. And that's why I'm saying with 100% confidence that I don't think they touch the Rey movie. I do think the Rey movie ends up making it. But because they're not 100% with it at the moment, I think they hold off on it for right now. That's a Star Wars Celebration.
Where did they announce that? Was that at
Star
Celebration?
Yeah. Okay. They had Daisy Ridley walk out there.
All these events have molded together, so I can
Star Wars. We need to remind, and that is the one final thing that I wanted to say with D23. Star Wars Celebration is really Star Wars' time to shine. So I do think we need to temper expectations, but this is an opportunity for the franchise to, like you said, clear the air, give some updates that they feel phenomenal about and they're actually going to stick to. If they do that, that could be one of the ways they start with the casual person, start getting trust back.
Because the casual viewer doesn't know the things we know here, folks. Sure. Like, the people watching this are not the main amount of people. We're talking like we are the 10%ers, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, we're loud, but we're 10%. And so they need to go, hey, Mr. Customer, look at this cool stuff on Disney Plus we got coming up. We've got Skeleton Crew coming in December. We've got Andor. It's already freaking made, so they can be confident in it. And guess what? Mandalorian and Grogu that you love so much, they're coming to the big screen. Boom! Favreau, Grogu sitting there together in the director chair.
That'd be great.
We don't no date, no nothing. We don't need any of that. Just coming to the big screen. Boom!
Well, we do
Mandalorian and Grogu. That's it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
It could very much just literally be that, by the way.
Yeah, I agree. Could be that. What up, Brandon? I see you in the chat.
What up?
Says hello there. You got
Hey,
any D23 predictions, Brandon? Let me know. Let me know. We'll talk about it. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I like that idea. I mean, this is Mando talk. Give me Mandalorian and
I know,
Grogu.
I know. But
Come
remember,
on
we're
now.
trying to be in the frame of like a typical casual viewer.
Yeah.
And well, let's call it what it really is. Casual viewer probably ain't even watching D23.
No, but they might be watching some Mando Talk
They'll
YouTube
see it on.
channel.
They're gonna see it on Twitter,
Yeah,
right?
they will. TikTok,
That's where they would
somewhere.
see it.
Somewhere. Brandon asks, are you going to play Outlaws once it drops this month? Man, that's the plan. That is the plan. I'm going to get my hands on it somehow, whether Zach's coming over here or I'm going over to Zach.
100% we're playing it, Brandon. 100%. We will be playing it.
Me and
Whether
Zach are
that's
going to be
live on the
like,
channel,
we're
I'm
going to
not
be
sure.
hip. We're going to be hip on hip right here, trying to play, streaming it.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're working on that. So we're gonna try to stream it live, though. We are gonna try to stream it.
That'd be fun. We might need to have Zach play though, because your boy, I don't even know the last time I picked up a video game controller.
Well,
But I did see, hey, Survivor coming to us poor folk, to us small folk down in the
PS4 world.
the PS4 world. We're finally getting Jedi Survivor like next month.
Yeah.
Yeah, us folk down in Flea Bottom.
Yeah.
we struggling.
Brandon, are you gonna play it? Are you gonna play Outlaws? Let us know. I would love to know, because I am so excited about it. I can't wait. If you've seen our other stuff, like my hype level has actually grown for Outlaws. I've heard good things and it looks sick. I'm always looking for an excuse to jump into a Star Wars game. So
100%. I think we touched, what was it? Didn't we watch something last week?
Yeah, we reacted to the kind of last playthrough or whatever.
It looked good.
Dude, it looks
good.
sick.
When's
The
that
whole
thing?
Prime Syndicate situation looks sick.
When's it drop?
August 26th, I believe.
We 20 days away.
I think. Let me look.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
Let's see. August 30th. August 30th is the date.
Oh yeah.
I think you can like pay more to play it early or something. I ain't doing that. So sorry.
Brandon, that's me too. Brandon says possibly, but I don't have a PS5 or Xbox Series X. I feel you, Brandon. But hey, what's that mid-tier Xbox Series S? That's a more approachable.
It's coming to that too. So don't you worry. I think it's coming to it's coming to PC as well, but I don't know if you have PC. So.
Or just be like me, Brandon. Hit up a friend.
Yeah.
Have them come over. You go over there. Or hey, just watch Mando talk. We'll give you some Outlaws action.
So Brandon, heads up there. If you do, this is my pitch to Caleb as well.
Yeah.
If you could find you a Series S, get your Game Pass. You can even get a Series S with Game Pass, and it comes with Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, Battlefront, and then assuming eventually Star Wars Outlaws.
Don't forget about Squadrons, baby.
And Squadrons on there too. Yeah,
I had some fun with that. That was probably the last game that I played before life got really busy, and I honestly think that's the last. No. Fallen Order came out after Squadrons, right? I think Fallen Order is the last game that I played heavily then.
I don't know
if that's the case.
I don't think it did. I think Fallen Order and then Squadrons.
Really?
Let me look. So Fallen Order came out in 2019.
Man, 2019 was a GOAT year for Star Wars. We were actually in theater. We got Jedi Fallen Order.
Squadrons 2020.
Oh, so Squadrons was the last Star Wars game that I played.
I got you.
Well, all right then. Well, dang, man. D23, it's coming up this weekend. I definitely don't think Outlaws is coming, because that's a whole different landscape. But
hold up now.
You think no way.
Is it?
No way.
It's Lucasfilm, right?
Yeah, but
talk about it.
But this is the Disney side of it, like product that could be coming to theater streaming.
Yeah, no chance we don't get it.
Yeah,
I'm reading their little thing right here. It says at the movies, series, and stage shows you love.
Yeah. All right, man.
Never before seen footage. surprise announcements, and exclusive new content coming to the big screen, small screen, and stages worldwide.
Dang. Okay. Brandon just came in hot with some predictions that we got to talk about. Brandon, my predictions for D23 might be Ahsoka season 2. Man, we didn't even I mentioned that one's definitely in production, but I don't know. I just feel like it's so early in that process, and I feel like they're trying to work through so many other things, but it's possible. It's definitely possible. Tales of the Clones, new animated show rumor. Huh. Where'd you hear that one, Brandon? This is breaking news. You're bringing it, baby.
Hey, that lands that lands on my prediction, baby.
You did say
New
Tales
animated
of the.
show,
You
and
said,
I did. We did.
Tales
That's
of
right.
The.
Keep
I
the
just
Tales
said
of the. Yeah, dude. Hey,
Skeleton Crew. I think that's 100%.
Yep.
I believe, Brandon, and I could be wrong, but I believe the Lando show has been scrapped, and they're trying to rework it as a movie with just why am I blanking on his Donald Glover?
Donald Glover.
Yeah, trying to produce it, maybe even direct it. I don't know if he's going to be trying to direct it or not, but I believe they're trying to take that Lando show into a movie, so I don't think that one's going to happen. But then obviously Mandalorian and Grogu and your boy and Zach definitely agree with that one there, Brandon. We agree that they got it, especially with that.
Bad news there, but Lando's out.
Yeah,
not moving forward.
The show,
the movie, the show, the movie, everything out.
All of it. You think so?
This is from 4 days ago. Justin Simeon, who is the director,
that's the guy
Lando will not be happening.
That's the guy that was working on the show. He's not the guy that's been working with the movie at all, from my understanding.
Huh. Okay.
So I believe it came from Collider, and I think he was just talking about his part of it.
Yeah.
Brandon says, well, I did hear a rumor of a new animated show, but there's not an official title confirmed yet. Okay. So there you go.
I'm right there with you. I didn't know about the rumor, or I knew there was something. I didn't know if it was
I heard one a couple months ago, but yeah.
I think actually, I don't even know it was a rumor. Wasn't it like a job posting or something where they were like looking for a new animated artist?
That now.
I think that's what got me thinking on it. But yeah, no, I love that list there. Ahsoka season 2, I completely forgot about. Tales of the Clones, it's kind of sick, actually. I don't hate that. Skeleton Crew, Lando show out, but I think that falls in the Ray bucket where they don't even know what to do with it yet. So I don't know if they'll show it. And then Mandalorian and Grogu, 100% agree there. I love it.
Yeah, man. Well, shoot. I think we did it.
Yeah, I'd say we got a pretty good list. So just to sum up, my 2 takes, I don't like actual takes, not like prediction. I want to hear. So I say animated show release, new, and/or trailer. What's your hot take here?
Hot take?
Yeah.
What did I say? My hot take?
I don't know if you said a hot take. That's why I'm asking.
Okay. So let me do this then. Just because I threw the idea out there. Wait, I thought I threw one out there that I was like, oh, period. You heard it here first.
Oh, that was the Luke and Kylo Ren.
Sticking with it. Show. I'm sticking with it.
Okay. All right.
Look.
If the rumor comes out of the rafters, I'm going to lose it.
The rumor was new animated show. Who's to say it's not a Luke Skywalker and Ben Solo show, baby?
Fair. That's fair.
Tales of the Jedi season 2. We could see Luke Skywalker and Ben Solo. Come on now. Come on now.
Yeah, rebuilding the Jedi temple and the classrooms and all that stuff. And
yeah.
Then it ends with Ben burning it. Ooh.
That's my hot take. I knew I said one. I said one. My backup hot take would be that maybe the Mandalorian Grogu is not the official title and they give us a new one.
Okay.
That would be the second hot take that I don't necessarily believe, but I could see.
I like that though. I kind of like that take. I don't even know how hot it is. It's a pretty good take actually.
Lukewarm.
Cool.
Well, all right, Brandon throwing in another one here. If the new animated show is confirmed Tales of the Clones, then it would be cool if it's about Rex and his rebel clones rescuing Wolf from Empire after Bad Batch season 3. Yes. And I know Zach's probably clueless with what you threw in there, Brandon, but I'm not. I'm your animated boy. Brandon. Yeah, that would be a very cool story because that is something that they left us hanging there with the Bad Batch season 3. Wolf is just kind of sitting there on the cliff as the rest of the crew take off, and he's kind of questioning how he needs to go about his next steps. We know based on Rebels that Wolf and Rex do end up kind of reconnecting yet again. So we haven't really seen that story unfold yet, though, and I think a Tales of the Clones would be a very appropriate place to do it. Okay, I think it's time for us to get out of here, Zach. This has been a lot of fun. We've gone an hour and a half. I appreciate Brandon throwing in some chats, getting involved. The conversation flows when people get involved. So I thank you so much, Brandon. We greatly appreciate it. I set it up at the top, though. We won't spend forever on it. I do feel like I need to say it, though. Hot take. This isn't Star Wars related, but I did say we were going to at least mention House of the Dragon. Hot take, Zach. I've been thinking about this for a few days. I loved the finale. And I know that people didn't. I know that people didn't. But I'll just say this. This was the formula of the Game of Thrones that everybody loved. Everybody loved the formula of the penultimate having the action, the finale setting the stage for the next season. That's exactly what this thing did, but I guess people have forgotten. Isaac.
My rebuttal to that is I think it was a great episode.
Yes.
Not a good finale, dude.
That's
not
fair.
a good finale. It just wasn't. And to your Game of Thrones point, yes. But we're talking Red Wedding, and then you get the finale. We're talking.
But that's season 3.
We're
not
talking
there yet.
The Citadel, or not the Citadel, whatever that thing is, the church, and then the finale. Like, we got 2 random dudes got some dragons, and then that, like, come on, man. That's so frustrating that they do. And then the way it's set up in the finale of, like, oh, there's this, we're going, it's happening. Dude.
Okay. I will say this too. I think and this probably needs to be the last thing we say because obviously, we're a Star Wars show, but.
And thank you, Brandon. Shout out, Brandon. No
yeah,
problem.
Brandon just said no problems with interactions, dude. Your podcast show is cool. Thank you so much, man. That means the world for sure. I might have to throw that little note there on the back here on Mando. I know he didn't say like Mando Cardo or whatever, but that's one that I might need to have as a reminder. I think as far as House of the Dragon finale goes, the little teaser they did for the finale did not help it because the way that the teaser looked for the finale episode looked like we were going to get some dragon on dragon action. We definitely didn't get the dragon on dragon action.
I think the trailers did it wrong. I think the time was way too long of an episode for what it actually did.
Yeah.
I just think it had a lot going against it. Now, I saw rumors today that it had something to do with the writing strike as well as HBO intervening, but I don't know how real that is because this happens when there's outrage. People start, oh, well, this thing happened. And so maybe that's true that they were mandated for less episodes, but that just seems crazy to me. I don't know. Overall, still a great season. People saying that this is Game of Thrones season 8, get out of my face. Yeah. That's crazy talk.
Yeah, my face.
Crazy talk, man. Yeah, exactly.
You know what else is crazy talk?
Mando talk.
Mando talk, baby. But also a Luke Skywalker and Ben Solo animated series.
Crazy talk.
It's happening, baby. Let's go.
I hope it happens, dude. I'm with you. I just don't need you expecting it. That's what I don't want.
That's fair. Hey, and probably the people watching or listening, you don't need to expect it either.
They got their head in their hands like.
Hopefully you can tell I'm playfully having fun. Anyway, okay, it's time for us to get out of here, man. This has been a lot of fun. Great Mando Late Night entry. If you're watching on the playback, if you're watching on VOD, greatly appreciate you. Throw the comments in there. I try to do a fantastic job. I'll never claim that I do a fantastic job. I try to do a fantastic job of interacting back and forward with you in the comment section. So throw those in there. The conversation can definitely still keep rolling, even though the camera screen is not continuing to roll. That doesn't mean the conversation stops there. So throw those comments in there. Hit the subscribe button. We're at 5. Well, I'm pointing in the wrong direction. We're at 501. We're trying to get to 700 would be our next goal. So let's get there. That's going to happen by you engaging with me, but also by me holding up my end of the deal of providing solid Star Wars content. Check out shorts, check out videos, check out all of these weekly live streams that we're doing. And I'll keep on trying to do my best with all of those things. And I appreciate everybody's support. Zach, any final words for the peeps?
No, man, this was a fun discussion. Got me more hyped for Skeleton Crew. Can't believe I'm saying that. And we'll see how close we can get with these predictions when we come back next week, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah, that's probably going to be a good conversation for us to have, is like a post D23. How right or wrong were we? Probably more so wrong. But anyway. All right, man. Well, we'll get out of here. Thank you so much to everybody that supports us. I'm going to try not to end this stream too early to where you can actually hear me say we have spoken for once. That keeps happening every week. I haven't quite figured out the correct order of buttons to press, but that's okay. That's okay. All right. We'll see you next week. And until then, as always, we have spoken.